Hey guys, this is Storm Productions, aka 94673, and I'm back in Autumn's Journey Part 12. Then Part 11 literally just uploaded about 30 seconds ago, and then I started this. So you can see I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen. What is this parasitic duster? What are you doing? It's called a hug. Heavenkind uses it to express affection between friends. Right now, I'm really happy. I'm probably gonna cry. Please don't cry. I never know how to act when that happens. And what does one do in reply to this hug? Usually hug back. I could feel his arm wavering before they eloped my upper back. We remained in this position for a few minutes. Kerr gently nudged my forehead with his before withdrawing his arm and pulling away in embarrassment. I adjusted the blanket to make sure Ilmari was comfortable. You guys, I don't want you to getting in more trouble because of me. It's our decision. It's not like we'll get reprimanded further. We'll remain with you until you return to Barry at least. Thank you. It felt strange, just the notion of them leaving seemed far off, and I realized I'd never really thought about it until now. I closed my eyelids and nestled against Kerr's arm while one hand rested on Ilmari's shoulder. These two. Ilmari is a good friend. Kerr is... ... Both are wonderful friends. This, I think... Safe. My cheeks grew warm as I glanced at Kerr's sleeping face. Oh yeah! From the beginning he had caused me so much trouble and vexation, petty arguments, bickering, and bringing out almost irritable sights. And yet he could be surprisingly sweet and considerate at times. I wasn't sure what it was, but I knew I cared for him a lot. I guess I can remain here for a few more minutes. She's totally in love with him. Ooh yeah. Oh, next chapter. Interesting. Oh, the last quest. Oh, it's soon going to be over. Makes me kind of sad. Once again, I was staring at the bulletin board, trying to find something, anything. I could tell it was nearing the end of fall because the herb gathering postings were gone along with the farm help. I want to be a knight before the postings are over. Quest for shoveling snow. Come on, something, anything. Another battle tournament? No, if I give that into that, Kerr wins. It was then I noticed a posting that recruited both knights and knights in training. I hastily snatched it up, almost knocking down my other postings in my rush. Another escort mission. Haven't done one since we left Barry. Merchant Ventures. Name sounds familiar. Is it delivered to no real? That's pretty far. Swaying back and forth, I tried to weigh my options. On one hand, it was a great opportunity to mingle with real knights. On the other, it meant leaving Oliver. I wondered whether the boys would be up for another long journey. I reread the posting multiple times before zeroing in on the deadline. Pretty soon. I don't like making snap decisions without Kerr and Ilmari's input first. Maybe if I hurry, I could. The receptionist, who was leaning over with one elbow propped up on the table and raised an eyebrow, amused by my insensitiveness. I showed the posting to her, hoping for a second opinion. What do you think of this? Oh, this one. This one. I'll definitely earn you some points towards your graduation to knight status. You're pretty close too. This is a high-ranking request, actually. If you accept this posting, you'll most likely be knighted. I slapped the posting down on the counter. Done. She accepted the paper and gave me a smaller note with directions on a meeting time and names. Oh, looks like quite a few people accepted this one. Sounds important. Apparently the contents are really valuable, hence all of the bodyguards. There's something nagging me, but the excitement for accepting such a critical task made me giddy. I practically sprinted out of the guild in the direction of the gardens, hoping to find Kerr and Ilmari there. But too novel, huh? I don't know, Auralee. Yeah, it's a little out of the way, but it'll be good an experience, and we'll see a new town. I think they specialize in mining and all that. I'm sure the Dragon Altar would be pretty impressive. Not that you need to see them anymore, Kerr. I don't care. Either way, Ilmari. What was the merchant company again? Merchant Ventures. A dark expression flickered across Mary's face. It's that the same group we escorted when we left Barry? I rubbed my head as I reflected back. Oh, you're right, we did help them before. Are you concerned that it'll be dangerous again? Don't worry, there'll be more bodyguards this time around. However, Ilmari was frantically shaking his head as I explained. It's not that. When we escorted that carriage when that box fell, I saw its contents. I'm pretty sure it was dragon remains. A tense atmosphere engulfed us, and it took me a moment to register everything. What? No, that can't be. Are you absolutely positive? And you didn't tell us or our masters? Keeping something like this secret is... Hear me out. I know I shouldn't have remained quiet about it. At first I thought I was wrong. I never stumbled upon dragon remains myself. I'm not familiar with something. But the feathers, the bones... I knew if I reported this to Master Kaya, we would both immediately be ordered back, even if I was just guessing, no exceptions. I was selfish. I didn't want the journey to end so abrupt. My master was right. I wasn't ready to be representative for dragonkind. If I hope to build a better relationship between our races, I shouldn't disregard acts like this. Kerr peered at me doubtfully. You have no idea something like this. You had no idea something like this was going on. Are you not trusting me? I feebly shook my head. Feebly? None. I wasn't aware of this at all. I paused, realizing I was treading on a delicate territory. Foul implications aside, is anything wrong about possessing dragon remains? Colonel Mary stared at me as if I uttered blasphemy in the church. I immediately glanced down and shouted, no one should be possessing dragon remains. What he means is when dragonkind dies, their body eventually returns to Istir. Earth dragons become the mountains, areas become rivers and lakes, which is why we prefer to die in peace when no one can find our remains except something to disturb them. Any dragonkind that accidentally discovers them will immediately avoid the resting place. I highly doubt that heavenkind got a hold of those remains and a dragonkind's blessing. No, a dragonkind can't return to something once their remains are disturbed. So those people acquired the remains through fugitive means. Maybe it was an accident. You did say even dragonkind can stumble upon them. Maybe the merchants have no idea those belong to dragonkind. Kerr glanced at me accusingly. Are you defending them? No, what? No, I mean... I sighed and rubbed my forehead. I'm just trying to make sense of this. I don't think my people would do something that disrespectful. At least I'd like to believe that we don't have much to go on. I could see Mary was hesitant bringing the box contents up earlier. Too many questions and not enough answers. Everything regarding this was unsettling and ominous. I glanced down at my note, then I saw the place on time to meet the carriage. I'll be leaving soon. You're still accepting the quest? Auralee, I don't want you getting involved with merchant ventures. Please reconsider. Kerr placed a hand on Ilmary's shoulder. Let her do what she wants. I didn't say I would. I'm going so I can see the contents. Since Ilmary isn't 100% sure, I'm sure that he even saw dragon remains, right? He nodded meekly. I want to think I didn't. Then let's stop speculating and get some clear answers. I'll go. But what if the Kirko isn't the same? The carriage is recruiting quite a few knights and senior something, so the content should be important. It's possible that there's the same. What would Heavenkind want from dragon remains anyway? Wait here if you're company, I'll definitely attract attention. I'll be back shortly. Maybe that's why the merchant who hired us in Barrier was so nervous. He was being guarded by dragonkind. Ilmari appeared distraught by the idea of me going, while Kerr simply nodded to encourage me. Don't take too long. Right, leave it to me. I broke off from the group and quickly left for the location indicated on... Oh, they actually changed it from Green Forest to Autumn. That's really cool. Good work, art people. Note, it said to meet me just out the city by one of the fields. I soon spotted a two-horse carriage with the Merchant Ventures sign etched on its side. There was only a few people outside the carriage chatting, so I knew I had arrived early. Discreetly, I approached the other side of the bench and peeped through the window. Sure enough, it was the long, ornate box similar to the one we had escorted to Oliver. My finger grazed the handle of the carriage's door and gave it a gentle tug, but it refused to budge. Fall already. Shit. An older man with short, I didn't read it, I'm sorry, purple hair and a sword on his hip glowered at me. What are you doing here? I pulled out my crumpled note. I'm a knight in training who joined this assignment. After examining me and glanced at my badge, he nodded curtly. Then you should probably act like one. Looking suspicious will get you instantly dismissed from the task. I was just curious, I'm sorry, being a PIT and all. Then take your position, we will be leaving on our client's orders. We dispersed and I glanced back at the city walls, fighting the urge to return to my friends. If I left now, I would be removed from the mission anyway, and I still hadn't seen what the cargo held. I would probably have to carry out my duty, at least until I had another opportunity to check the box, which you will not have. Sorry, Kerr and Mary, this will take a little longer than I anticipated. A small knight, roughly 7 of them, and the merchant client, whom I overheard was called Da Vinci. Are you serious? Not Da Vinci. Da Vinci. I'm sorry. Gathered around the carriage, the coachman hoisted himself onto the bench. I knew we would be setting off in a few minutes. I hope Colonel Mary don't think I'm deserting them. I anxiously looked back, but as the horses started trotting, I forced myself to follow the group. In a desperate attempt, I tossed the note on the ground, even though I was pretty sure the chances of the boys finding it were slim. Not like I had any other method of communicating with them. This is why phone should exist at any time. I lingered behind while my eyes darted from one night to the next. They were all in uniform, their breastplates shone brilliantly, and they each had a trusty weapon at their hip or strapped to their back. Usually I would be elated just to be in their presence, but my mind was on other things. The city of Oliver vanishing from sight as we entered the northern forest. Unlike the birch forest surrounding Barry, these trees were thicker and the terrain even more rocky, though still a far cry from the mountainous. I did my best to remain reserved, but Lady Bayard's name was brought up, and the knights asked me many questions about her and me. A few were interested in my sword skills, since she had personally trained me. That's still really all they perceive to see, even they see me. We did not make our first stop until mid-afternoon, as the knights ate, talked, and went for scouting. I approached the carriage again. This is not gonna work out. Oh shit. Sorry. The carriage door was opened, and we sat inside, comfortably talking to the knight who usually stood by the venture. Rather terrible design flaw, one swift strike to the chest and sternum will shatter. Which is why something is pleasing, not ideal action. Eavesdropping isn't helping either. What are the chances I can catch some important information anyway? Giving up, I slided away from the... Oh, about the contents. Wait. Idiot! Why is she so clumsy? No, I was just going to ask how much longer break would be. No more than 10 minutes, relay that to the others. Right, I'll do that. I gave an awkward salute and hobbled away, betraying myself in that lost chance. I didn't feel like passing on the message. Instead, I just wandered off for a while and tried to clear my thoughts. Eavesdropping hadn't worked. The box was always under constant surveillance, and I doubted directly asking would help. It's harder than it looks. I heard the bustling rustle. Before I could even touch my hair, I was suddenly thrown back by a rough tug. I crashed up into one of the shrubs and gasped for air as I painfully sat back up. I thought so. Kerr was kneeling before me. How was that? He brought a finger to his lip and I instantly hushed up. I lowered my voice. How did you find me? Why did you have to push me? That hurt. Because you always let your sword do the thinking. It was easy to find you. We just had to know the main road to normal. I guess throwing the note outside didn't do anything. What note? Figures. Where's Mary? He's scouting and tailing the carriage while I left to find you. Did you know if the box contains dragon remains? I slammed my palms into the dirt, feeling rather defeated. Oh, I've been trying all day, still no luck. There needs to be some sort of distraction. I can't check when there's an armed knights everywhere. Kerr made a fist rotated in blah. We can always plan an ambush. No, violence. I don't think Il Mary would approve. Plus, we still need to confirm the cargo is indeed dragon remains. And if it is... He scoffed and dropped his stiff. That's the episode here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.